Good morning and welcome to our Home Our Life. And today we are starting that 3-day devotional series, Your Best Is Yet to Come. Today's devotional is titled A Burnt Out Old Wreck. Every now and then it can feel as though life has passed you by. It happens to all of us at some point. And when it does, it can be particularly devastating because when we have nothing to look forward to, the hopelessness is just awful. Well, there is some good news for you today. With all of my heart, I believe that your best is yet to come. Let me introduce you to an old-timer who felt all washed up, a man called Moses. There were so many Israelites in Egypt that Pharaoh was concerned his country would be overrun by the Hebrews. So he decided to put them all into slavery, and he tried to have all the young Hebrew babies destroyed. Moses was one of those baby boys, but he managed to escape, and ironically, he ended up growing up in Pharaoh's palace. Deep down, Moses had a heart of compassion for his people, a heart that God had given him, which eventually caused him to stand up for the Hebrews who were being abused. So after 40 years of living in privilege, Moses found himself on the run for murder. He arrived in Midian, and foreign country in the middle of the desert. Sometimes we can feel like we've ended up in the middle of nowhere, like Moses, miles from the comfort of Pharaoh's palace, herding some crummy sheep out back and beyond. It's as though God has taken us out of the game and put us on a shelf, somewhere hidden, and so we think it's all over. But a caterpillar becomes a butterfly while hidden away in a cocoon. A baby grows in a mother womb, hidden away from everyone's eyes. God often does great works in the dark, in the wilderness, and in those places where we feel completely alone, where we feel as though it's all over. But God is doing things in the wilderness that we can't even begin to imagine. When we least expect it, He comes along and says, "Now I have the plan for you." What Moses didn't realize was that out of the wilderness where he'd planned on spending the rest of his old age, he was 80 years old by then, his best was yet to come. God isn't finished with us yet. My best, your best, is yet to come. Life application. Put yourself in Moses' shoes. How would you feel after spending 40 years in a palace only to be on the run, tending sheep in the wilderness? What purpose do you think God had in hiding Moses away in the desert place? Read Exodus 2:23 through 25. What's God saying to you through those verses about how you feel in your wilderness? How does Moses' experience change for perspective on what you're going through at that moment? Exodus 2:23 through 25. Now it happened in the process of time that the king of Egypt died. Then the children of Israel groaned because of the bondage, and they cried out, and their city came up to God because of the bondage. So God heard their groaning, and God remembered His covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And God looked up on the children of Israel, and God acknowledged them. And that ends our day 1 of our 3-day series on Your Best Is Yet to Come. So I hope that you remember that if you are going through something right now, that God meets us in those dark places, and just hold on because He's working everything out. But until next time, I pray that you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Please subscribe and ring that bell and hit all so you get all notifications when these devotionals go up. And until next time, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment because that helps us also. But until next time, from our home to yours, God bless.